Hey guys, Catherine here again. Today I want to show you how to make a wallet insert for a traveler's notebook. The reason why I'm doing this is because mine has gotten a bit ratty. My old one is looking a little worn and ripped, and it is time for it to retire. So I'm going to make a new one, and I thought, why not show you? A traveler's notebook is a big project or not a traveler's notebook, a wallet insert is a big project to do the way that I do it. So I'm going to show you one page at a time, and today I'm going to show you how to do the credit card page of my wallet insert. I have already got all of my parts cut. They are fairly simple cutting instructions. I have got 9 pieces for my card pockets cut at 5 inches by 2 inches, and I could put a little round circle into these like I did with the previous one, but I've decided against it this time. The edges got a little worn first thing, and it's not really necessary, so I am not going to go with that this time around. I also have the base of my traveler's notebook wallet insert ready, and that is just a piece of cardstock, regular computer-sized paper, 8.5 by 11, with a score down the middle this way, so that it'll fold over and fit into my traveler's notebook like this. And then I have got 2 strips, an inch across and the 8.5 long, with a score down the middle of those at 1/2 inch as well. So we are ready to start assembling our pieces. And the first thing we're going to do is attach all of these card holders at the right depth from one another. And in order to do that, I have marked off on the back of each one of these the correct depth, and I am going to glue them with the back side facing up. So I'm going to start by laying the first piece down and taking some of my glue and running a small bead along either side, just a tiny little bit of glue. It does not take a lot. And then I am going to take the next card slot and line it up with the marks I have already made. To get those marks, what I did was I just laid them out on the notebook wallet back itself and spaced them out at an even spacing. Alright, now I've got this set down, but this is not dry. It's wet glue, and I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to dry, so I'm just going to use an iron to press it dry real quick. And yes, this will ruin my wax paper, but that's okay. There we go, and then it's not completely dry. Ooh, actually, I think I'm going to, well, start by taking that back apart. But you see how it almost instantly set it, which is excellent. And I think I'm going to turn this wax paper over so that the wax side is facing down, because that was getting wax. Actually, I'm just going to remove the wax paper altogether for this project. Have an entirely green paper background. Here we go, and this one is going to be the top piece. So actually I need to start from the bottom. I realized as soon as I turned it over that it was the wrong way around. There we go. And then take this one, go. That should turn out better. I'm putting this one at the top because it's got this edge right here where there isn't any print, and if I put it at the top, that'll hide it. And then lining up. Actually, yep, go. And then lining up the marks. And then I want to flip it over, and now set my iron on it, just so that it dries it a little bit. There we go, and then that will stay in place and not move around while I'm gluing the rest of it. The next piece, here actually we can use this one right now, and we'll just take it, and it doesn't have to be at the top, it can be at the middle, doesn't matter. Run a little bit of glue down the edges right near to the sides, and then line it up the same way with the marks. And then, oop, didn't want to do that side. I'm going to do that side. There we go. And it doesn't take but just a couple of seconds to set the glue. Go. And then take the next one and run a little bit of glue down it. And line it up. And I'm not too concerned about the edges. I do want to make them relatively the same, but it doesn't really matter, and you'll see why when we get to the part where we are attaching the cards to the backing. Go. R. There we go. Then line it up. Press it with heat. This iron is on. You could probably already tell. This iron is on. I'm just using it to heat up the glue a little bit to help it set faster. It's on very low temperature. Go. And actually, I'm going to try putting it on the side opposite from where my markings are on this one and see if that helps any. I won't be able to do it with the patterned paper because the pattern is only on one side, but for the solid paper, that shouldn't matter. There we go. It is easier. Figure it out almost at the end. Isn't that always the way, though? You're most of the way through the project and then figure out a better way to do it. Go. Oh, that escaped a little bit. That's all right. That'll get covered up. R. Is that lined up right? Sorry, probably sticking my head in the shot there. And the glue will bleed out, which is part of why you want to put as little glue as possible on it. There we go. See, I set it down bottom up, and now it's gonna not flow easily for me. There we go. Remember to set it the right way. Here we are. All right, and one more. There we go. And they're glued on the sides but not connected at the bottom, so you could pass all the way through if you wanted to. So the next thing to do is to stick them down onto the backing. There we go. And for that, what I'm going to want to do is pull my backing over here, and this is going to stick down and line up directly with the bottom, as close to the bottom edge as I can line it up. And then for this, we shall start by running a bead of glue along the very bottom edge of each of these pockets, because we don't actually want our cards falling all the way through. The very bottom edge of each of the pockets. Go. And then center it as best as possible and line it up with the bottom and stick it down. Now it is fully stuck down on the bottoms of each of the pockets to the backing, but not on the sides. Here we go. We'll pass our iron quickly over it. So there we are. You might be able to tell that is starting to come together. And then here's where our two pieces, 1 inch thick and with a score down the middle, come in. We take and we put a bead of glue down one side of the paper, so 1/2 of it, so that it's so that the score is to one side, and then we place that bead of glue, lining up the score with the center mark on the wallet insert already, and we glue it down so that it creates this nice finished edge for our pockets and holds all of the pockets down. There we go, and iron that on just real well because we don't want it going anywhere. And then do the same thing for the other side. A bead of glue. Set it down the wrong way again. Come on, you. There we are. A bead of glue. And turn it over. This one is going to stick off the edge. So we're lining up the edge of, well, we're lining up the fold mark with the edge of the backing. Go. Because, actually we're going to line it up so that it just, the fold mark hangs over just the slightest bit, because we want it to be able to fold around so that it creates a nice crisp edge. And it reinforces that inner edge so that we get a nice enforced, and maybe it won't come apart so quickly. And that's it. The card page, the card holder page for a traveler's notebook wallet. All right. See you guys later. I think next time I'm going to show you how to make a, yeah, I'll show you how to make well, I'll show you how I make a checkbook holder. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. A checkbook pocket for the inside of the notebook. See y'all later.